Hi, Mr. Cruz. We made this video for you for your retirement because we respect you and we appreciate everything you've done for our school. You've made such a difference to everyone that you've been involved with at St. Anthony, teachers, students, and families. We hope you enjoy. Here's the video.
I've known Mr. Cruz both directly and indirectly for many, many years. And he's been in the educational circle for about 50 years. So I heard of him and I heard of the things that he did for children and for parents and for the community. When I first heard of his name, I heard things like being attached to him, words like he's kind, he's gentle, he loves children, he loves the community he serves. And when I met him 2 years ago, all of those things rang true. He was the most amazing, gentle man. He's a soft-spoken man, very faith-filled, and very dedicated to his children that he serves, and dedicated to his family that he absolutely loves and adores. He just loves his children and his wife, and you can see it in every breath he takes. You can see it. My favorite memory of Mr. Cruz was when I saw him on the playground, and I thought, oh my gosh, there's all these kids around somebody, because he was bending down talking to somebody, and he stood up. I thought it was a movie star that he was that was in the group of children, or among the group of children, and he stood up, and then I thought, oh, that's Mr. Cruz, but all these kids were around him, hugging him. So it was amazing to see him laughing and joking with the kids and being so gentle as he always is. My advice for him in retirement, which is a funny word because he's not going to be retired, he's going to be retired, as I would call it. My advice would be drink your cappuccino and make sure that your espresso is your favorite beverage of choice, and make sure you sit down and sit up and relax. But knowing Mr. Cruz, he will always be among the community and children, and he will probably make a little bit more time for his family, maybe about a half hour every day, but I know that he won't be retired. He will definitely be retired.
When I was waiting for my dad to pick me up, and he let me play with blocks and color, to visit the Eiffel Tower because I heard it's very pretty.
My favorite memory was probably when I was in elementary school. I remember going to him every morning and talking to him, and I would get so excited because I was talking to the principal of our school. It was awesome. Have fun. Then remember that we love you and we will always miss you here at St. Anthony School.
I have been lucky enough to know Mr. Cruz for 12 years, and my first memory of him was when we were coming into our new school, the new campus, and all of us walked over from 9th Street campus to see our new rooms at the 5th Street campus, and we walked into the building and there were boxes everywhere. You couldn't even get through the halls, and school was going to start in 3 days, and all of us are starting to panic. And Mr. Cruz was walking through saying, "It'll be fine, don't worry, be calm." And sure enough, everything was fine and ready for school. And another memory of him is Mr. Cruz was my boss, is my boss, but he also became a friend. And we both have lots of children, and we both have lots of grandchildren. And it was just nice. Every time I saw him, we'd talk about our families. And that was really special to me. And my advice for Mr. Cruz is enjoy that family of yours and have a great time in your retirement.
I got the chance to meet Mr. Cruz's daughter in 8th grade, and she would always tell me how he was very protective of her friends and her guy friends, and I think that's really sweet because it's just how a father would take care of his daughter, and I think you should keep that up throughout her life growing up.
When I'm sick at the office, when I'm sitting in there, he keeps saying hi to me. Visit us and say hi to us, to the whole school.
I think this is my 4th year that I've known Mr. Cruz. And a funny story is when I first started working at St. Anthony, and we were having a parent orientation in Kaiser Hall. And he was introducing the 8th grade team at that time. It was me, Mr. Garvey, Ms. Walker. And all the parents are sitting there and all the kids are there. And so Mr. Cruz introduces everyone. He says, Mr. Garvey, he says, Ms. Walker. And then it gets to me, and I've been there for maybe a month or 2 months. And Mr. Cruz is, and here is Mr. New. And all the kids are looking at each other, Mr. Garvey and Ms. Walker are looking at each other. And I just nodded and I played along because, you know, it's Mr. Cruz. So, you know, but all jokes aside, he's been an incredible mentor to me. So, you know, he's obviously learned my name just fine from there, and he's been an awesome source for me, you know, the last 2 years. So, you know, as he retires, it's fun to do these videos because he's meant so much to a lot of people, and we're kind of seeing that with all the interviews today. I'm not going to give Mr. Cruz any advice. I just hope that he gets to relax, and I hope he takes it easy. So he deserves it.
When he does the pep rallies. Go somewhere where it's really hot.
I'm Mr. Cruz. That's Andrew Denton. Known you for 8 years, and it's been wonderful knowing you these 8 years as you celebrate your 50th and I believe 50th and your final year at St. Anthony in retirement. I hope you enjoy your retirement and you stay connected to St. Anthony School and all the campuses and all the lives you've touched, because you've certainly touched mine. Brought me in late in October school year to teach 7th grade, and then my biggest memory was coming to me halfway through school year, about 2009, and you asked me if I wanted to teach the high school. And it was a decision that was tough for you because at the time your daughter was in the 7th grade classroom with me, and I was needed at the high school, and you wanted to do what was right for the school, and that's something like I always remember about you, is your willingness to talk to the students and do what is best for the school. And I wish you all the best in your retirement, and please stay in touch, Mr. Cruz.
I've known Mr. Cruz for 5 years, almost 6. My favorite memory of Mr. Cruz is driving to Catholic Schools Week. A year ago, we had so many people in the car. We were just telling stories. Everyone was laughing and having fun. It was really a good time just driving there. And my best piece of advice for Mr. Cruz is to sleep in and have amazing, crazy, relaxing days for the first couple months that you're on retirement, and not do a thing. Don't schedule anything, don't make appointments, just have fun and relax at home.
I have known Mr. Cruz for 3 years. He actually interviewed me for my job here at St. Anthony. I've worked at Mexican Fiesta with Mr. Cruz at the St. Anthony tent several years. It's always fun to hang out with him there. It's in a much more relaxed setting, and you get to know each other on a more personal level, so that's been a lot of fun. Relax, take it easy, and enjoy not having any commitments.
Oh, I have a big one for him. It was like when I was around 3rd grade, we were at recess and we were playing soccer, and we didn't have soccer ball to play with, and then Mr. Cruz came outside, he brought a soccer ball with him and he started playing soccer with us. And I thought it was really nice because we never seen a teacher play soccer with us or anything like that. He's been taking care of us for a really long time, so now it's for us to grow up and take care of him.
Being terrified whenever he walked around our table. Because I try to act like I was really smart, so I didn't need the teacher's help. So I'd be trying to work really hard. Keep having fun wherever you go. Keep people happy wherever you go. Make more friends, and remember us here.
Hi, Mr. Cruz. I've known you since I started working here, which, if I can remember, is about 7 years. And I just want to say that you did a really good job when you were here, when I was here with you. I think one of the biggest things I remember is when you would come bring visitors around to our classrooms when I was teaching 6th grade, and one of the things you would say to the visitors when you came to my classroom is, "This is one of our best teachers here." And I would always think to myself, I don't know how true that is, but to be honest, I mean, I took it to heart, and I would go home and be like, you know, he said I was one of the best teachers here. And even if it wasn't exactly true, it made me believe that I was doing a good job, and it made me have the confidence and really become a better teacher. So I feel like I owe some of what I do now to you, because you really did a great job inspiring the people that you were the boss of. You know, like, you led us, and we wanted to work well for you. And I'm certainly going to miss you, and I know that you've done a great thing for our school. A lot of great things for our school. So you're retiring, and what I would say is, well, haven't you retired before anyway? This is like your second retirement, isn't it? But anyway, do what you love to do. I'm not really close to retiring, and I don't know exactly how it's going to be, but I think if you do what you love to do and make sure you get that done, then you won't regret it. So good luck, and thank you so much.
I've known Mr. Cruz since I was in 1st grade, and I don't know how long that was, but my favorite memory of him was when my mom forgot to pick us up from school because the car didn't want to work, and Mr. Cruz was generous enough to give us a ride home, and he took time out of his day because he had a meeting after that, so he took us home. He was always like generous to us, to me and my sisters, and he always, like, my brother would get in trouble a lot, and he would like defend him a lot, which was like good because it was overwhelming for my mom to have to like put up with everything. So she had like 4 kids, and it was like only her taking care of us, and he really helped out our families.
When I was walking down the hall, he winked at me. Never give up.
Hi, I have known Mr. Cruz for 8 years, but for as many things that he's taught me, it seems like I've known him for like 25 years. The memories, I have so many memories of Mr. Cruz, mostly small memories of being in meetings and just laughing and just giggling about silly things. One big memory I have is when he was putting up the tree, standing on the table, directing advice to his bref club, really funny. Another memory I have is when we were on an Uncommon Schools training in New York City, and Mr. Cruz, Miss Austerling, and I were squished together in a bike cart, and we're racing through the streets of Times Square with 5 other bike carts. Super scary, but super memorable. I have so many others, but I'm not going to keep going on and on. Mr. Cruz, my advice for you is don't forget us. Come back often, visit us. We love you. Travel, be with your family, do the things you love. You'll be great.
When I graduated from K-5, go to parties.
I've known Mr. Cruz for 3 years. He conducted the interview where I got the job, so I'm thankful for Mr. Cruz. But also, I think my favorite memory is that there are a myriad of memories. And every time I think of Mr. Cruz, I smile because he's enthusiastic, he welcomes you, he makes you feel part of the school. And whether he's with students or parents, he has wonderful relations, and he's approachable. And amable, es un figura de papá. He welcomes everybody. The favorite memory I have, though, is the first after-school activity. It was the homecoming dance for the new high school. It was our first high school homecoming dance, and it was at the 5th Street cafeteria. The kids knew the place well. It was nothing fancy. But he was at the front door, and he greeted everybody. And it was my first event seeing Mr. Cruz with the students, and the students were growing up. They looked like adults. And there he was as a father, coming in to see if they were dressed appropriately and if they were fine to be there. And then he stayed, and we had a great time with the kids. So I feel as though, yeah, he's been a father figure, and I guess it's been wonderful to see him in all different contexts, whether it's with teachers or parents or students. He doesn't need advice. I'm sure he has his bucket list. But un consejo es aprovechar de sus nietos y bisnieta. Yes, enjoy your grandchildren and your new great-granddaughter. I'm sure they're going to love this period of your life. And don't forget us, come back, because we always need a grandpa.
When I saw him, to have fun.
This is my 7th year at St. Anthony's, so I've known Mr. Cruz all of those years. You know, he's been just a true mentor from when I was a 5th grade teacher, young right out of college. You know, he's always been there. He's always, you know, laid it out, shown us, just led by example. And that's my fondest memory of Mr. Cruz, is how he leads by example and truly cares about his work and these children. A really fun memory is all of our traveling together, the conferences, the out-of-town trips. You know, he really, you know, allowed us to relax in this atmosphere and still gain the knowledge that we needed to bring back to our kiddos and make sure that we were, you know, taking care of business. But Mr. Cruz likes to have fun on our trips, and we love him for that. The dinners, the conversations at dinner, the music, him getting out there and dancing for everybody. I'm sure that's probably already been brought up, but my memories of Mr. Cruz is his guidance and his leadership, and you know, just personally for me, as I moved up through St. Anthony's, in my role now, he's been a true leader for me. Oh, Mr. Cruz, how about them Brewers? Make sure we get in a lot of Brewer games this summer, and every summer from here on out. I'll always be willing to go with you, and I'll even grab you a beer or two. I do remember teacher appreciation dinner, Mr. Cruz, where Miss Dulce got you out there and you guys tore up the floor, so that is a really fun memory.
I've known Mr. Cruz for 5 years now. In my 3rd year, I got to travel to Florida for a conference with him. And one of my favorite memories was we had gone out for dinner one night at a restaurant, and it was crazy. I mean, they were throwing napkins, and there were, like, you know, girls dancing. It was a Greek restaurant, so it was very lively. And Mr. Cruz had no problem getting right on up and dancing with them and just having fun, and it was so great to see a different side of Mr. Cruz. He needs to take some time for himself. I know he likes to travel and visit family, and so I want him to be able to take some time for himself and just to enjoy it and enjoy the retired life for a little while.
When he helped me on recess when I fell, I hope he comes back and visits sometime.
Hi, Mr. Cruz. I've known you for about 7 years, and I wanted to congratulate you on your retirement. I hope you enjoy a relaxing time drinking coffee at all hours of the day. My favorite memory of you is my first year at the teacher appreciation dinner, when you dragged me out on your own dance floor and you made me dance in front of the entire faculty. So anytime I think about that, I always giggle. I hope you have a wonderful retirement, and I hope that you are not a stranger and stop on by often.
I known Mr. Cruz for about 9 years, and one of the memories I had from him was we went to Mexican Fiesta to give out tickets to come for our parents to come into Mexican Fiesta, and we both had a very good time giving out the tickets. I truly want to let him know that he should enjoy his retirement and have fun with his family and travel everywhere, and we will definitely miss him, and esperamos que pase un buen tiempo con su familia y disfrute todo lo que puedan. Lo vamos a extrañar mucho. Queremos decirle que estamos muy agradecidos por todo el trato que nos ha dado todos estos años, y lo queremos mucho.
I've known Mr. Cruz for 6 years. My favorite memory was, it was my 2nd or 3rd year at St. Anthony, and we went to New York together. It was for a Engage New York training, and he was with us. And we were at the airport, and I know Mr. Cruz would remember it too. We were doing like a balancing where you stand on one foot and balance, and Mr. Cruz was terrible. He could barely stand on one foot. And at the time I was selling, if you ever seen those bracelets that are supposed to help you balance better. So I said, well, put this bracelet on and try it. And he put the bracelet on, tried it again, and he was like a rock. Like, I couldn't get him to fall. So he was super impressed and ended up buying a bracelet from me, you know, that day or the next week. So it's just cool because I've always seen Mr. Cruz more in school where it's like very professional manner, where we were at an airport and I was able to see like his funny side and just how outgoing and fun he is to be around. I mean, awesome job on the retirement. My advice, anyone that's retired, especially Cruz, who's just such a hard-working individual, is enjoy it. You know, it's just, you earned it, and, you know, enjoy it. Spend time with your family, your friends, and definitely, you know, come by, stop by, because you know everyone's going to want to see you pop in here and there. So enjoy your hard work.
I have known Mr. Cruz for 8 years as I worked at St. Anthony's School. My very first memory, and one of the ones that still stands out to me, is my very first year when we did orientation. I was in a classroom with my parents with no translator, and I thought that I could speak Spanish to them, but it did not go very well. And soon after that, I was crying in Mr. Cruz's office, but he was so caring and gentle and telling me everything was fine, I did a great job, I'll be a great teacher. And I feel like that was really awesome because he had never seen me do anything yet, so he was already assuring me that I would do great. Another fun memory was at the Christmas party. One of the Christmas parties when he made me come do shots with him, which I always thought was very funny because I never thought of him like that at that point. And I hope for his retirement is full of relaxing, fun, and stress-free.
My favorite memory is like when Mr. Cruz, one day in 3rd grade, I dropped my food and I was new. It was like the first week, and Mr. Cruz came and I was crying, and Mr. Cruz said, "It's gonna be okay." He picked up my food and said, and he made me feel more happy and like it's okay, it's an accident, and I felt better.
So, yo conozco a Mr. Cruz de cuando estaba aquí en tercero, y la memoria que recuerdo de él fue que estábamos en la calle 9 y mi mamá se me como no me fue a recoger y yo me puse a llorar y él me dijo que estaba bien y que me calmara. Me sentí más relajada, como ya sé que él está ahí y si alguien viene pues me va a dejar ir, ¿no? Que esté bien y como que siga ayudando a las que necesiten ayuda y que ayude a alguien más que tenga miedo, que se sienta como confiado en ellos mismos.
Mr. Cruz lo he conocido como por más o menos 10 años, que he trabajado con él, una experiencia con él. Recuerdo bonito es cuando uno de los picnics que tuvimos aquí en la escuela, que los niños lo agarraron para mojarlo, a andar tras de él y él se puso a jugar con ellos. Es una de las experiencias que más me ha gustado con él y son varias, pero es una de las que más me acuerdo. Para su retiro espero que descanse mucho, que tome tranquilidad y que no se olvide de nosotros. Una de las cosas más que pase a vernos y pues no sé, espero que lo extrañaremos mucho.
I've known Mr. Cruz for 8 years, and one of my not first memories but favorite memories of Mr. Cruz is a couple months ago we went to visit an IB school, and we're on the bus and he says, "Hey, we have cookies and candies. Carol made them for you guys to have on the bus ride." And so we're enjoying the cookies and the Tootsie Roll Pops, and we get to the school and we find out that the cookies were meant for the school that we were going to visit. And I just remember when I realized that that was the case, giggling because that was, you know, something Mr. Cruz would do, but he did it with a smile and he just called somebody right away to replace the Tootsie Roll Pops, and I just giggle every time I think of Mr. Cruz and giving away the cookies. So my advice for Mr. Cruz on his retirement is to enjoy his time with enjoy the time with your family and take the time to relax and do the things you never had time for.
Well, I've been knowing Mr. Cruz since I was in 4th grade, and I am currently a senior at St. Anthony's, so I've been knowing him for a pretty long time. And something very positive about him is even though he has a lot of work going on, he would always walk down the halls with like a smile, always being really confident in himself and giving us a lot of information about the school, about anything that was going on. And some advice for him would be to get some sleep because he has a lot of work going on and I think he does need the rest now.
I started St. Anthony's in October of 2013. That's when I met Mr. Cruz. My favorite memory of him is when we went to an IB training to a lighthouse school in Racine, and one of the teachers from here sent some cookies as a present for the staff over at Lighthouse. And what Mr. Cruz did is he started eating the cookies and started passing on to the teachers that were on the bus. And when he realized that the cookies were not for us, he was so embarrassed, and it was just funny to see. Then he went ahead and tried to get Mrs. Hart to go get some cookies from a pantry or even a gas station so we can show up with at least a present to the Lighthouse School. My recommendation for Mr. Cruz is to have a good retirement, rest well, and enjoy the rest of non-working days.
Hi, Mr. Cruz. I have known you for the last 12 years. You helped keep things together through ever-changing times here at St. Anthony's. I've learned so many things from you, to patience, to dealing with parents, to just praying and increasing my faith life and really getting down to the things that matter in life. I have so many favorite memories of you over in Francis Hall, just laughing, the stories, all the teachers, all the everything that we've been through together. This place isn't going to be the same without you here. My advice for you in retirement is that you just spend all your time with your family, with your loving wife. Stay healthy, pray for us often, and have fun.